Welcome to the Divine Marriage Relationships. We thank you for joining us. And today we're going to do something a little sneaky. We're going to share with you some private conversations between my wife and I. She was taped and was recorded, but she didn't know it. I just wanted to share with you and the world what kind of woman she is behind closed doors and the kinds of things that she says behind closed doors when she is with me and when she is talking to me. I just want the world to know what kind of lady she is. God bless you. The first conversation was when she was away, and I was waiting for her to get back, and I listened to her talk. It was so beautiful that I called her back and asked her to say it again, and I recorded it. And then the next conversation is after she got back home, and we were discussing her being home. Thank you for joining us today on Divine Marriage Relationships. And what we want to encourage and to stimulate in everyone today is to have blessed, good conversations that build up your relationships when nobody else is looking. God bless you. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, sweetie pie.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Can't wait to see you come back.
Okay. Thank you.
Really had a good.
Yeah. You just. Oh, you just talked to me, right?
Yeah, I did. I still want to talk to you again. I like the things you said to me. Say them again. Say those things you just said.
What things I said, you one of the smartest people in the whole world.
Yeah.
You got a great mind and a great heart. A great mind and a great heart. And that's an awesome combination.
And that's in response to me telling you that you are one of the smartest people in the world, and that how you light up a party. And I'm just looking forward to you come back, because I get excited whenever you're here, and the good time we had together just before you left, and the fact that we have each other, and we have every part of each other belongs to that we belong to each other. And you are, as I just said in the conversation, I said that you are good in two ways, because you're my wife. You light up my life because you're my wife, and you light up my life because you light up everybody's life. You're just a good friend. Along with being a good wife, you're just a good friend and a good person. No matter where you go, you light up everybody's lives, and so I got you in two ways. I got you as a wife, and then I got you as that good old person that everybody loves to be around.
My God. Wow. Thank you so much. It's so sweet of you. You're so kind. That's what I mean, too, about you being so smart, because you just know how to say all the right things. It makes me feel good.
Yeah. And just as sincere as can be. And the thing about it is, when it's sincere and when it's real, you know what I mean? And, that really means a lot, And then you have to think about the time that God has given us together. And so there's two things that I'm kind of rejoicing about today, because, I went to the doctor yesterday and got good doctor's report. And that says to me that I've got life and time to live to be with you. And then on top of that, having good health, being able to enjoy that good health with you, and and all the stuff that you're doing, and to keep your health good. And God has given us this time together. I mean, it is awesome. You know what I mean?
Yes, I feel the same way. I feel the same way about that health and staying healthy and doing the right things, because, we are, just to be able to be with each other, that is a gift of God. I was thinking yesterday, we all living on borrowed time.
Mm-hmm.
From the day you're born, you're actually borrowing time, because there's no guarantee, that how long you're going to live. But God has given us this time. We got to take advantage of it.
And that is so, so true. So I just want you to be safe, and I can't wait for you to get here. That's always,
Right.
that's always. You are.
Can't wait to get back.
I'll tell you, you are an incredible person. And so I just,
You are incredible.
oh my goodness. You make my heart just flutter, and just, I'm just so happy that God has given me you in life like this. And one of my major goals, and one of my and it should every man's goal, is to be a good husband. To try to, that ought to be our goal. I had when I talked and had some remarks about you on Sunday. One of the ministers came to me after church and said, "You kind of gone from talking so much about Jesus to talking so much about your wife." I told him, I said, "Listen, what you got to realize is that what makes you a real whole good minister is if you can love Jesus, love the ministry, and be a good husband. If you can be a good husband, I would say that to all men, the men who are young and those who get retired or whatever, if you can make it your goal to be a good husband, a good loving husband, really, and that would be a great, great, great achievement, to be a great husband." I remember Bishop Jesse Battle's retirement. Johnny James was the speaker, and one thing he said, one bit of advice he gave to Bishop Battle was to love your wife. Love your wife, man. Love your wife. You may be retired, but you be good. You be good to that wife. And that is so important. Sometimes people don't really realize the value of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? To be a good husband. Be a good husband. Yes. And so that's a great goal. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the greatest gift you can give your children.
Mm-hmm.
To love their mother is the greatest gift you can give society. Because it's a picture of Christ's love for the church.
Right. That's right.
You talking about your wife more than God? No, you're talking about you're modeling.
Right.
The love of Christ for His church.
Right.
That's how God, So that's awesome.
How can you love God, who you cannot see, and ignore your wife who's right there in your presence?
Right.
You have to show that you love God, and show that God has blessed you by loving your wife. And let me tell you something else too. God ain't jealous of you and your wife. He ain't jealous. He ain't jealous of a man and his wife. In fact, God gets pleasure out of a man loving his wife. He ain't mad about that. He wants us to be that way. I think sometimes we become spiritual and super spiritual and don't really realize that's, like I say, I'm very, very glad that I sense the importance of, valuing this relationship, and the fact that you're home now, you know what I mean? And you're here, and it's just awesome. You know what I mean? They don't realize how important, valuing one another is. You know what I mean? Sometimes they don't realize it. Sometimes they don't realize how good and how important it is to value one another. Yes, it's truly wonderful to have good relationships and to have good conversations and to love one another. This is one of the most important things that we could do. This is one of the most important goals that any man should have, is to love his wife and for his wife to love him back. We're happy today because the Lord has provided and made the Marriage Institute. And in the Marriage Institute, there is much joy and happiness. And there's much that we can do to make one another happy. And I'm so glad for the wife that I have and for the time that we have in life together. and I just love talking to her, and she loves talking to me, and she says some of the most wonderful things that you could ever hear. And so we want to encourage all husbands to love your wives as Christ loved the church, and for the wives to love their husbands and respond to their husbands, and to have a wonderful marriage. If your marriage is not quite where it should be, the fire is not quite lit the way it should be, and I pray and I ask God to help you to light that fire and to enjoy the person that you have, that you're living with, the person that God has blessed you to be with. Enjoy it and enjoy your life. Enjoy your wife. Enjoy your husband and enjoy your life. God bless you, and thank you for joining us on the Divine Marriage Relationships. And join us again next week as we continue on with this topic of blessed conversations. God bless you and have a blessed day.
Excuse us.
Oh, well, pardon this. Praise the Lord, everybody. This is a beautiful lady, I'm telling you. She is fine, I tell you. Praise the Lord, everybody. We're good to see everybody. We hope everybody's having a nice day. We are. Yes. We just got off of a Zoom session with the Illinois District Council of the Pentecostal Assembly of the World and the Ministerial Conference, and that was wonderful. And we couldn't hardly get off. Amen. So we're just having a blessed day today. I say praise the Lord to all of our friends and all of our family and everybody. Just praise the Lord and God bless everybody.
May God bless you.
Are they gone?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and get them on.
Get them off.
Goodbye. Talk to you later.